BTS reaction videos have already become extremely popular with ARMY. For this reason, and primarily because I have received literally hundreds of requests to react to more BTS videos, particularly videos that will help me learn more about BTS and this incredible, seemingly worldwide passion, I have created a new series titled I Just Discovered BTS. This new series of mine is my genuine contribution to display my rapid, newfound interest in the multi-talented 7 guys from Korea known as BTS. If you're new to the channel, I humbly ask you to please subscribe. And to everyone watching, I humbly ask again that you like, comment, and share these videos and hit that post notification so you can follow the series. I hope you all enjoy the ride while watching me learn more about this incredible phenomenon. Thanks for watching. Peace. Yo, what is going on, guys? How's everybody doing today? I hope you're all feeling good, looking good, smelling good, brush your teeth good, and wash your funky crack hole out really good and had something delicious to eat today. Look, I'm back with another video. It's kind of a reaction video. It's another BTS reaction video. But again, I'm going to go back to what I did in the first episode of this I Just Discovered BTS series and go through the comments. So I got a little bit of a dilemma, guys. So what I basically do is when I say that the information that I'm receiving or going through this process is overwhelming, I don't mean overwhelming in a negative way. What I basically mean is there's so much information, and it's one of those things where I don't want to stop learning, or I don't want to stop checking out the information or whatever, but I do want 99% of it to be live on camera where you guys are actually going through the journey with me. So what I do is I'll read through comments, and I'm not, I have to stop myself and go, oh, wait, let me save that for when and what I mean by comments is comments like that are educating me, like comments that are giving me more information. I just want to, it's just like, I know you guys probably felt the same way, but I just want to learn so much and dig in so much that there's so many different ways to pretty much enjoy BTS. So it's like, I have one where it's like, I want to read your guys' comments because you guys are chiming in and things I didn't learn from a video that I'm looking at, that I'm watching. And then there's also things I can learn from videos, from a list of things like the Gold Jade a list of intro videos where I can watch and learn more about BTS. And then there's also me wanting to actually watch music videos, you know what I mean, and hear some music, So it's just so many ways that I can absorb this information or absorb, BTS as a whole. But what I'm going to do today is, so I woke up this morning and I saw that on the episode 3 of I Just Discovered BTS, there were already like well over 200 comments, like even close to 300 comments. And now I believe that YouTube will actually count when I reply to the comment as, comment. It'll increase the number of comments when I reply. I believe that it works that way. This was roughly, I think, 260 comments of just you guys. That's what it was. It's 260 comments of just you guys. Now, I don't know if you've caught on, but I try to really respond to all of them. It's not going to always be possible because that is a lot of comments. And to be personally, I've looked at YouTube. I've been on people's sites. I've been on big sites, big channels where the people are getting less than 200 and something comments, and they don't respond to but a handful of them. So I'm trying to not be that way. I don't mind. It's not like I'm a try hard, like I'm trying to respond to all of them. I just really like to read them and respond to them. It's just built in me. That's just the way I am. So I don't know if you caught on to that, but that's what I try to do. So if I miss your comment, it's just because I didn't see it, or I'm gonna get to it eventually. But going forward though, that's going to become kind of challenging. You know what I mean? I know you guys understand. That's going to be challenging. Like you can't, it's going to be so many videos going out, 200, 300 comments. It's going to be challenging to really respond to all of them, but I'll try my best. But what I want to do right now is go through the comments. So I have the video episode 3 pulled up now. And so I want to kind of go through the comments, learn from the comments, and also reply to them right on camera. So right now, just I think I already replied to this first one by Sabina. It says view 7 replies. So I guess a bunch of people chimed in at this point. There's a lot more responses to this now. So wow, you guys, this is like a lot of responses to her original comment here. So Sabina says, I think you can't, I think you still can't process this, but BTS was always famous around the world. Ever since their debut, they had a lot of international fans. In 2014, just a year after they debuted, they were the most hyped up act to perform on KCON in America, even though lots of older groups performed then too. And every year their fans kept growing. Then they didn't suddenly win an American award in 2017 and get popular in America. This thing is by 2017. The thing is, by 2017, they were so big in America that the American shows just couldn't ignore them anymore and finally invited them to their shows. And after that, Korea finally saw who BTS are, simply because they were so popular around the world. And only now that they are the biggest group in the world, they became the biggest group in Korea too. Wow. So it took people to, I mean, it took the international notoriety to become noticed in a country that they're from. That's crazy. That's pretty interesting. But I think, did I reply to her? Yeah. So I said, I replied to her. I said, oh man, very interesting. Thank you, Sabina. Now, this is Miss Midorino is what I wanted to jump to. Look at this. So listen to this. And I read the first paragraph of this, guys, but listen to this. K-pop industry in a nutshell. Now, this is some information I really wanted to know. K-pop industry in a nutshell. There are multiple entertainment agencies. A couple that was so successful that they rule the market, or used to do so before BTS. And a lot small ones, I guess a lot of small ones that have a famous producer or formal idol as CEO. Every agency is looking for talent all the time. Sometimes there is a planned audition. Sometimes they just stumble upon a video on YouTube. Sometimes they spot a kid on the street and give him or her a card to try to audition. When the people pass the audition, they sign a training contract with the agency. Some of these people are underage. How is signing contract in Korea? You can sign a contract, or their parents probably, right? Maybe their parents sign for them or something. They sign a training contract with the agency. Agency now is giving them tutorial in dancing, singing, acting, etc. So you don't have to really come with talent. I guess they start by seeing they like what you look like, and they want to make a star out of you, probably, or something like that. And once in a while, there are evaluations. Because training takes a lot of time, and most of the people are not from Seoul, where all the agencies are based in. It's crazy. All the agencies are based in Seoul. I'm from Seoul, so in agencies, anyway, and they still go to school while being trainees. The easiest way for the agency is to put up a dorm, which is an apartment that a group of trainees live together. The trainees often can't afford their own apartments, and agencies pays for the accommodations for them. And that can be kind of scary, because it's almost like now you owe them. You know what I mean? The agency has a plan to make a group. Now they need to choose among the trainees they have, those that work together the best, the suitable voices, singing styles, dancing skills, etc. Okay, that makes sense. They kind of do that now, even in America. Like They when they're forming a group, they do the same thing kind of. They're not really probably as abusive as the Korean. The reason why I'm saying all this abuse stuff is because I heard that in K-pop, like even years ago, I heard that in K-pop it's like really tough. Like they're really hard on their groups that they put together. They expect a lot out of them. They basically use them, and if they're when they're done with them or they can't use them anymore, they discard them. They like throw them out. I heard it's really like a tough thing out there in Korea. In America, it's the same way, sort of. It's just a little bit more humane, quote unquote. And then, of course, people can complain and get attorneys and lawyers. And so I don't know in Korea if they're able to do things like that. I'm sure Korea has lawyers and stuff like that. But I mean, do people even listen to these kids that say, hey, look, I was abused over here at this agency and they basically made me sign this contract and, all of that kind of stuff. A group is chosen and moves to their own dorm. Okay, living together often is good to the members, and I agree with that. It is good for the members because they get to learn each other and stuff. They form bonds and they have various anecdotes to tell on TV, goofing off with each other and stuff, which makes for good content to for fans. Agencies take care of music production, choreography, books, event appearances, performances, signs, advertising deals in the name of the group, and manages them in all other fields. And with BTS, Big Hit was a small company. Their advantage was the CEO, who was known producer, songwriter that was responsible for creating a couple of hits in Korea. Bang Siyuk, Siyuk, you guys tell me how to pronounce that, aka Hitman Bang. His first idea was to make a hip hop group that would stand out amongst a bunch of idol groups, which was freaking ingenious to think of something like that. RM was scouted while he was performing on the underground scene by veteran rapper Sleepy, who happened to know Bang Siyuk. Siyuk. I'm saying she. I'm switching the I and the E. Dyslexic. Hitman Bang. Bang then made a couple of audition events in various cities in Korea, and that was some of their other trainees. And that way, some of their other trainees were scouted. A lot of them left. Others came, trained, moved to the dorm, and in the end became BTS. Wow. The difference of BTS from other groups is that from the beginning, they were encouraged to produce music and write their own lyrics. There are other idols who try this as well, but the agencies aren't very eager to let them do that since they are not professionals. Hitman Bang, man, he was on to something. This dude he's really smart, because what he's basically doing in that aspect is teaching them to be more self-sufficient or become, masters at their craft. That way it's better for everybody if they're able to learn, if they're able to learn to do these types of things. It just makes for they can it's I just think it's a better idea to do it that way versus, and I think what he was doing there was he had long time perspective. He was thinking about the long term, and he wasn't trying to jump to the money real quick like a lot of these bigger group agencies are. They're trying to quickly get to that money, so they don't have time to try to wait for their groups to learn how to produce music and write lyrics and stuff like that. So they're trying to get to the money faster is basically what they're doing. But Hitman Bang, that was a great idea. Suga described how Big Hit works creative as a boot camp. Let me read that again. Suga described how Big Hit works creative as a boot camp. Got you. Everyone, the artists and the producers, are constantly coming up with ideas, inspirations, beats, melodies, lyrics, etc. They send it all to Mr. Bang, who organizes it and chooses what fits the idea they decided before hand the best. BTS BTS members have very good relationship with producers in the company, so it allows members who don't have much experience in writing their own stuff to ask for advice and get professionals help in creating their own projects. Also, because of their underdog status in the industry, BTS were not invited on TV very often, which in Korean industry, it's critical or crucial to have your character advertised as well as your music and performance. Wow. That's why they started using social media. They have shared Twitter accounts from the beginning where they shared photos, stories, and random stuff as well. I have a Twitter and an Instagram. I'm not really on it much. I don't know how to. It's not that I don't know how to use it. I don't know how to use it in conjunction with sharing my YouTube channel, other than like putting a link or whatever on it. They have a SoundCloud where they share free solo projects and offer special releases. They have a blog. They used to wrote real blog posts in there. They used to write real blog posts in there, and they have the YouTube channel Bang Tan TV where they post post various videos now, but they started with posting logs, updating fans on what they work on and what thoughts they had recently. Them showing themselves as people and putting the work themselves is what attracted people first. That's very interesting because that is actually a smart way to go about it. That what better way to go about it than that? And I talked about that in one of the other videos where I talked about that being a smart way to do it, because you make the talent more relatable. You know, they're able to relate to the fans better that way. I was going to do responding to it, but this video is going to be very long if I respond to every comment. But I just wanted to read that because I thought that was interesting that she broke down the industry and then what happened with BTS, because it is actually two different. They're completely different. So let me go down through some more of these comments here. Multi-fandom bitch says, you'll learn who is who eventually, so don't worry. You got Jimin, RM, and V to correct. Just don't memorize them by their hair color. They change it a lot. Not bad for your third time seeing them. I'm impressed. It took me a week to recognize two of them. Also, I think that Jin is a vampire because he has a garlic allergy. What did I say? I called it a long time ago, right? Or not a long time ago, but I called it not too long ago. Vampire. Come on up. Come on, guys. Garlic allergy. I'm figuring this all out, BTS. I know what you are. Like Bellato Edward. I know what you are. In YouTube, there are videos called Easy Lyrics. So we just had to search for that or randomize lyrics on Google. They're quite easy to learn. I have learned to sing many of their songs like that in Korean multi-fandom. Also in July, BTS are releasing a Japanese album named Map of the Soul. The journey about the bias, the bias wrecker. Your bias wrecker is someone who makes you rethink, question who your bias actually is. And there are some people who are OT7, which means which means they like all seven equally and don't have a bias. Oh, so that's what that means. Thanks for clearing that up. OT7. That's what I was wondering what that meant. I saw that somewhere else, but yeah, that's me. I'm OT7 right now, guys. Um, Let me jump down to a few other ones. Um, the N9 says the reason why OP put subtitles despite like Cardi B spoke in English because many BTS fans are non-English speakers. Like we are all coming from various parts of the world, which English not even our first and second language in our country. And that actually makes sense. I actually figured that out. I was thinking of that after the fact. I am one of them. It's easier for us to have subtitles to catch what they're talking about in English. I usually watch English movies series with subtitles on as well. Yeah, subtitles are like a really big thing. I know a couple people that leave subtitles on, and they're English speaking people. They leave subtitles on when they're watching like Netflix movies and stuff like that. I noticed that that's like a big thing. Like it's subtitles are like a big thing now. I'm noticing that. You guys probably been knew that. Monica, I cannot say this last name. Duriley. Du, 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 I, I'm not even gonna try. To their Map of the Soul series, they released Map of the Soul 7 recently with RM's, and RM said the number is special to them as it's been 7 years since their debut. That makes sense. That's pretty cool. They did it that way. There are 7 members, and in these 7, they achieved a lot too. And 777 is like or 777 is like jackpot. Monica, that's actually an ingenious way to look at it. As the spectacular as the speculation spectacular I told you guys I can't read. As the speculations, they didn't name their album Shadow or Ego, but they released a song named Shadow and Ego. Okay, the album is about facing their shadows, accepting it, and moving forward with us, Army. Thank you for your reaction. You are absolutely welcome, Monica. I was going to type in here right now, but the way my setup is, I have to hold a mic in my hand. So I'm holding a mic in my hand to pick up my audio. So I'll use the mic's audio rather than the phone audio. The phone audio doesn't sound bad. My phone, I got my other phone is a S20 Ultra. And so the sound isn't that bad. Camera's pretty good too, but the sound isn't that bad. It's just this microphone is better. It has a low cut and all that kind of stuff. Some stuff you guys don't even need to know about. A lot of you probably already do. I know BTS does. They know about low cut filters and stuff like that. Mia, in K-pop, every group lives together during the trainee period, which can go from a few months to a decade. Whoa. These people become your family. You become a family with like BTS is a family. They're like brothers now, right? They said that. I saw that somewhere. It was a Korean word for brother, big brother or older brother. And during the first contract, but usually when their first contract ends 5 to 7 years and they decide to resign with the company, they are really likely to move out of the group dorm and buy their own apartments. Makes sense. BTS still lives together in a dorm, but they have their own apartments and stuff. Good to know, Mia. Thank you for that information. Alice Wallace. About the surprises at the concert, yeah, I wanted to know about that. So thank you, Alyssa, I said Alice. Alyssa. Um, about the surprises at the concert, Army organized it themselves. Seriously, even contacting Big Hit to ask for permission, as long as it's not shared on Twitter or other big platforms, the boys don't know. It's always like this. BTS has surprises for us and we give back. Goosebumps. I'm getting goosebumps. This is crazy. This is, man, wow. You guys, you already know what I'm feeling right now. I don't have to describe it. Cool Cat McFat. That's a cool name. Cool Cat McFat. At 11:22, you asked if they lived together in a dorm. Yes, they did. K-pop groups audition individually to these certain companies who train them until they feel they have the right people with the right skills for the group they want to put together. They all move in together and train together. usually without even knowing each other beforehand. Even to this day, 7 years later, they generally live together, although they have different properties and they own individually. Their company, Big Hit, is the one of the is one of the companies that they live on individually. These two sentences are not connected. I don't know why I read it that way. Their company, Big Hit, is one of the companies that doesn't put such a tight leash on their artists or their money. I knew it. I knew it. I could tell by just that description earlier in that comment. Eclipse 7 says, so it wasn't clear. The current album is called so if it wasn't clear, the current album is called Map of the Soul 7, and the songs Shadow and Ego are part of it. Now we're waiting for their next album. Oh, okay. Got you. Got you, Eclipse. Thanks for that. Juliet Gonzalez, just want to let you know to never remember the members by their hair color or hairstyle. They change it all the time. Oh, my goodness, you guys. John Cookie, John Cookie, Korean entertainment companies casually have auditions, and through auditions, they pick aspiring teens and train them for a few years to be K-pop idols. Wow. Train them for a few years. So I was kind of right earlier, right, guys? When I said that they don't have to come with talent. They just pick them based on maybe a look, or maybe they do have some talent, or they rap or sing or whatever. And that's the basis for, these companies choosing these individuals. But pretty much if you have a look, judging from this, if you have the look they're after, they snatch you up and train you to be a star, be a pop idol, a K-pop idol. That's crazy. Some trainees that don't live near the entertainment buildings or they live from another city, which is hard for transportation, they will take few hours. That will take few hours, since they will train at least 12 hours a day. So they have dorms that are close to that place where they train in. They live together so that future members of the group to have a sense of closeness, and have that family bond like siblings. What's interesting about that to me is that is where big companies can take advantage of their trainees, because that trainee wants to be a star. You know what I mean? So they'll take the abuse, or they'll take the mistreatment, because they want to be a star. Once they're in there, I would imagine once you're in there, or once you're selected, it's hard to want to leave. You know what I mean? Especially even if you like stay there for a while and you build a relationship with some of the other group members, you're going to want to stay. You know what I mean? So, wow, that's a little system they got going on over there. It's like a franchise, kind of, so to speak. What is this? Catholic Van Gant. I'm not even going to try to say that name. BTS's work ethic is on another level. Agreed. Indeed. I totally agree with that. Everything is deep, connected, and has a story. They also have a fictional storyline, and they learn us about philosophy and how to love ourselves. Who else does that? Nobody, especially in an entertainment business. Nobody does that. Everybody's trying to condition you. Everybody's trying to, they want your money. They want your money. They want your attention and all that. So that's all they're after. They're not trying to, nobody does it. You're absolutely right. Wonder Sultan. Epiphany is my favorite of all BTS songs because of the meaningful lyrics for self-love. Please react to color-coded lyrics and their live version after every time I listen to in their live version after every time I listen to in their live version after. Every time I listen to this song, it will remind me to take care of myself, for me to spread more love to others. That's actually very, 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 very important. it's very, very important to share love, simply because whenever you give something, you're actually not giving it directly to the person that you're physically giving it to. You're actually giving to yourself. That's why it's important. And that's why the old saying goes, it's better to give than receive, because it is. Because actually when you give, you are receiving. And that's no hocus pocus. That old saying isn't around, or what, it wasn't created for you to be a not general. I mean, the whole definition of it wasn't for you to be a nice person. That is included in there, but that wasn't the main meat of that. It was because the law, the invisible or universal law, states or is there that when you give, you're giving to yourself. So giving is actually a selfish act. If you can look at it as a selfish act, it's a good it's a positive selfish act, but it's a selfish act because always remember, the more you give, the more you're giving to yourself. Although through our five senses, which are the senses that we use to interpret the world, through our five senses, we feel or think or believe that we're giving to other people, but you're actually giving to yourself. I discovered that like years ago, and it didn't make me want to become a nice person, because I was always pretty much trying, I was raised to be, a pretty nice person. But I realized that, that type of universal law, it works in your benefit. Actually, it when you're nice to people, you actually, that's what a lot of the world has screwed up. They don't understand that concept, and so they're kind of content with taking and taking and taking and taking, and not realizing that they're just taking from themselves. You ever notice people that steal or whatever, they're always broke or whatever? It's in that same concept. And it's not only through physical action, it's through mental action as well, or thoughts fueled by your feelings. And I'll get into all of that stuff. Like, these are things that I know, but I'll get into all that stuff. And I think that's what draws me to BTS, is they're on that same page. I'll probably stop here, guys, with this particular video. I do want to get into, since I didn't kind of give you guys me actually visually seeing BTS. I know a lot of you guys are here for BTS, even though eventually, I hope that I'm able to win you guys over, where, you're not only here for BTS, but you're here for me as well. Once it gets to that point, or before it gets to that point, I'm going to apologize that I'm not actually showing BTS in this particular episode. This will be episode 4 of the I Just Discovered BTS series. Because I'm not showing BTS, I think what I'll do today is, as well as uploading this video, is I'll actually react to some of their music, because I really want to do that. Like, the studying is cool, but I want to have some fun. You know what I mean? It's all fun. It's all equally fun, but I want to have some fun. I want to hear some music, man. And so I'll end this video here. I really appreciate you guys for staying this long. If you made it to the end of this, and also don't forget again to share, like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the post notification. And if you're new, please subscribe. Please subscribe. This channel, you guys, Army has this channel going crazy right now. And like I said, my goal is to eventually win you over to, coming to my channel for BTS, but also coming for some of my other content. All of my content might not be for everybody or be for Army, but I will be producing content talking about what I was just talking to about a few minutes ago, because I think those types of things are important for the world to, at least I want to do my part, in contributing some of that kind of knowledge or information or experience to the world, and especially to Army. But I really appreciate you guys. Love you. Can't wait to start reacting to some music and getting that up there for you guys. I'm going to keep my reactions to music separate from the series, from the I Just Discovered BTS series. So it's going to be multiple videos jumping all over the place, but I will try to make sure that those videos are known, and so you guys can view those as well. But keep the comments coming, keep the love coming, and I'll see you guys on the next video. I am designing my life exactly how I want, and I suggest you do the same thing. Peace, guys.